mental health, mental health, fitness, and weight loss. I know there's a lot of you out there. In fact, most of the DMs that I get from guys and girls is that they they've gained a lot of weight, they're overweight, they want to lose weight, they just don't know where to start. They don't have the motivation to start. They don't know what to do. And I'm going to talk about, if you're in that phase, if you're in that position right now, you have to watch this. Watch this video till the end. You're going to get so much from this video, so much that I've learned from my weight loss transformation, and it's going to change how you perceive everything. So if you're in that phase, if you're in the phase of being overweight, or even no matter how you look like and you want to change your body, you want to get more fit, you want to get more healthier, and you just don't have the motivation to do it, you don't know what to do, your mental health is all over the place, you're not feeling secure with yourself, you're feeling really insecure, you're not comfortable about how you look, that's completely normal. I've felt like that. That's exactly how I felt like when I started my weight loss journey. And there's a reason why it's gotten to a point where you are right now. There is a reason. The one thing I love about the whole fitness journey is the kind of structure it gives you in life. It gives you so much structure. You wake up, you go train, you come back, you eat on time, you meal prep, you eat a certain way, you go to sleep. It's not just you go to the gym, have a protein shake and come back. No, it's a whole lifestyle, and it's a structure. It gives you proper structure, a routine to follow. And when I gained that much weight back in 2020, I know exactly why I gained that much weight. I didn't know it at the time. I thought that it's just lockdown. I'm just letting myself go. Everyone's letting themselves go. Let's just eat whatever. Once gyms open back up, I'm going to go train. But it took me a while to realize why I let myself go, and why people let themselves go. Have you ever noticed that maybe you spend a few days in the gym consistently working hard, and then you have one bad day, and then that bad day leads to another bad day, to another bad day, and before you know it, you've had weeks, months of bad days. I know exactly why that is. I mean, I'm talking from my experience, but it might be a range of reasons for you. But it's because it's like a drug. You get a dopamine hit when you have food, and I completely understand. I've gone through it every single day during the lockdown. I was smoking weed, and I was eating food, and I was getting that dopamine hit from cannabis and from food, and just these two dopamine highs. And it felt really good. It wasn't necessarily the food, but just the dopamine high that I used to get from eating, watching something on Netflix, being high. All these stacked up dopamine highs. And then what happens? Dopamine is a finite resource. It's a renewable resource, which means I crash the next day. My dopamine levels just crashes because I've had such a high, and then it just crashes. And what does my body want to do? It wants to go back up to that high again. It wants to escape reality, escape the sober me, which is this low, burnt out dude. So what do? Get high again, eat food again. And that's what happens when you have one bad day. You have such a dopamine high, it's like a drug. And then the next day you fall off and you feel like absolute shit. And your body wants to do something to get your dopamine back up again. And then you fall into this hole, and I've been there so many times. You fall into a hole where you're just a slave to your body's needs. It needs that dopamine high, and you keep giving it that dopamine high. But you have to understand that the best way to escape this and get into a proper motivated routine, you just have to get yourself in the gym. And I know that's easier said than done. It sounds so simple. But it's not just the gym. You need to get your life in order. You need a proper structure. You need to tell your mind that you're going to have a few days where you're going to feel down. Because let's say one day you have your last day of eating food, getting that dopamine high, doing whatever you're doing for you to get to this point. But you know that you want to get on a weight loss journey. And as soon as you start, you're going to have a few days where it's going to feel low. You're going to feel low. It's not going to feel amazing straight away. Think about it. You've been eating all these amazing foods for this long, and then all of a sudden, you're on a diet. You're eating clean. You need to tell your body that it's going to get its dopamine hit from working out, from sleeping right, from eating right, from the life, from pursuing this fitness goal. That's where you're going to get your dopamine hit from. You're not going to get your dopamine hit from looking a certain way. That's just a bonus. But it's the structure, it's the routine, the discipline. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be incredibly hard. But you have to put the time and effort in to get into a routine as soon as possible. And let's say your food habits, you can't get into a diet straight away. That's fine. You don't have to. Start slow, but start strong. Sleep right. Go to bed early. Wake up early. That's one thing. And go to the gym at the same time every single day. That's two. And slowly, over time, start eating right. What this does is, you're controlling your controllables. In life, there's going to be a lot of things that happens that's out of your control. And it's going to play a big part in your mental health. I've gone through this, where there were things that were out of my control, but I would spend so much time dwelling into and overthinking. But you're going to fall into a hole. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel depressed. Just dwelling about the uncontrollables in your life, which is why you need to control everything that you can control in your life. Working out, eating right, sleeping right, looking after yourself, skincare. All of these self-improvement things starts with the mind. Your mind is everything. So getting into a proper routine sets you up for this. And trust me, once you get into a proper routine, everything else will come. Stick to that routine. And you're going to feel, I've honestly felt this, you're going to feel the high that you used to get from eating food, the dopamine hit from eating food and watching Netflix, watching your favorite shows. You're going to get that from chasing, from living this life, living this healthy life, sleeping right, eating right. It's going to feel amazing. And that's what you want. You want to get your dopamine highs from natural sources. Things that make you feel good. Not just during that moment, but afterwards as well. So you have to get into a proper routine as soon as possible. And the biggest advice that I can tell anyone who wants to lose weight is get into a routine. Get into a routine. Become disciplined. Sleep at a certain time every night. Wake up early in the morning. Train at the same time every night. Follow a balanced nutrition plan. Eat right. Eat healthy. That's a routine. Stop doing things that waste your time. Find goals outside of your fitness as well. Whether that's you're in uni or you have work goals, you want to work your way up, or you have some kind of side hustle. Work on that. Make this chasing your fitness goals, chasing your business goals, or whatever other goals you have. That should be your dopamine high. That should be your dopamine kick. Not external substances like smoking, drinking, smoking weed, food, watching Netflix. They do give you such a big dopamine high. I admit it. I've been through it. I've lived through it. But you have to break the cycle. You have to break the cycle. And essentially, it just comes down to the chemical that is dopamine. You have to control. It's going to be hard at the start, but you have to control it. And you have to sort of figure out, talk to yourself about why you want to change. If you're overweight, visualize yourself that how life is going to be once you've lost all your weight. once you're living your perfect life, once you've, lost, once you're lean, once you have abs, how is life going to be like? How are people going to treat you? But I don't want you to think about that. Just visualize it for a second and then think about how life is going to be if you stayed the same. Let's say you give yourself 2 years' time, a year and a half. In a year and a half's time, if you ate right, if you slept right, if you trained every single day, I mean, not trained every single day, but followed a routine every single day, how different would your life be in a year and a half's time? It would be very different. Now, how would life be if you stayed the same? You're not going to get what you want if you stay the same. You need to push yourself. You need to start right now. Which is why I'm making this video. You have to break the cycle of dopamine highs and tell your body, control your body, control your controllables, control your environment, control everything that you can in your life. And then eventually you're going to come across things that happen out of your control, but internally you're so strong, your mind is so strong because it feels good, it's healthy, you're eating right, you look good, you're confident, your mental health is on point. You've controlled everything that you can control, and things out of your control don't make as much of an impact anymore. I hope this helped. It's a bit of a different video out in my balcony, and I really like it. I've got a new mic, and I feel way more comfortable sitting outside. The weather's beautiful over here in Sydney. But if you like this, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you.